Alright, let's see how this goes. All messages are visible. All right, I guess we'll do this as I'm messing around. Anyway, first live show on YouTube. So hello and welcome to YouTube Live with Pint with Backpacker Mike. So I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a background. Hopefully I can see some comments because, oh, there we've got comments. Yay! Hey, cuz, what's up? Well, they only like stay there for a second though. Hey, Kathy. That's weird though because now I got to tap the screen for the comments to show up. All right, so first time show. There's going to be some glitches, and I got to figure out how this whole thing kind of works. It's not like you can do a. It's not like you can do a dry run without going live completely. But yeah, that's weird. I gotta swipe up every time. Yeah, cuz, good to see you too. Finally, yay for YouTube. There's a window that pops up for the chat. Yeah, window on your end, but not on my end. If I swipe on the screen up, then it shows the comments for about 10 seconds and then they disappear. So I have to oh wait, I might be able to do this.
Become confident, why? Because we've been gifted. And somehow we all connected.
This might be able to get everybody where they need to be.
And we call ourselves Rudians. Which is different. You know what I mean? But it means
bear with me, guys. If you guys are going to watch this on the replay, please just bear with me. It's the first time on YouTube, so I'm trying to figure out all the kinks. Jungle, drinking these water. What the heck? I can't. Well, okay, that's weird. Huh. I guess Susie deleted her Facebook again. Alright, well, I can't keep saying that out. I'm just going to keep wasting time. And it's... Finally, didn't know what to do. So, like, when you got... Did you guys get a notification?
why acorns? I always thought investing was for...
Alright, I'm going to replay this. Did you guys get like a notification or whatever that said Pint Time is live or Backpacker Mike's live or whatever? I really hate that I have to like keep swiping up to see the comments. I wish. Okay, so you got a notification. All right, I think it works now. Yoshi, hey, cool. I just hate that. I wonder if there's. Can I like? I wish the comments would stay up there. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. First YouTube live. Yay. And I can't click on any of those to see. Okay. All right, Kathy. Cool. You got a notification. All right, cool. Anyway, all right. Let's just do this thing and get it on the way. I just have to periodically sort of scroll up to see the comments, apparently. I'm recording in portrait mode. Clicked on it, but I had to create a channel. Oh, you had to create a channel to interact. Then lost you. Oh, so if you don't actually have, so I guess if you don't have a YouTube account, you can watch, but you can't interact. Okay. It's different. Kathy, how different? Like good different? Bad different? Oh, it keeps popping off. All right, so anyway, we'll just get it on the roll. And I wish there was a way save highlight saved your channel is almost, I don't know what that, I don't know what I just did, but apparently I did something. Some messages such essential things. Top chat, live chat. I need top chat. Does that stay on there? Nope, that still disappears too. Okay. Live chat, all messages. All right. I think it will be good, different, just figuring it out. Watch a lot on YouTube. All right, cool. Yeah, I watch a ton of YouTube all the time. All right, so anyway, we'll get the show on the road. I just want to cover a few things first, since this is a very new platform. First time I've done live on YouTube, I thought I would sort of explain. So if you're watching the replay by chance, please stick around. I'm sure you can grab like the scroll bar and kind of scroll through and see what you want to see and all that type of stuff. Because the lives are long. I mean, it's technically a virtual happy hour, so it's at least an hour, hour and a half, possibly longer. So anyway, I am Backpacker Mike. If you guys have subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you have not, please subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. So this is a show that I created around the beginning of the pandemic, and this is episode 106. It is the top 10 cheapest Airbnbs that you can find around the world that are really cool. And basically, I'm a budget backpacker, travel vlogger that has traveled 25 plus countries entirely around the world on one trip. I left east, came back west, back to the United States, to Florida here. And so I've shot a ton of travel videos that are on my channel. If you haven't seen them yet, please give them a watch. So I started this Pint Time show. Basically, I'm trying to give you guys a rundown of it all if you're brand new. So basically, I started this Pint Time show while I was traveling. And I shot 2 episodes while I was traveling. I interviewed a guy I met in Malta one time who was actually from Slovakia, I believe. And then another time I interviewed Colin Dillon, who was the very first ever Aboriginal police officer in New South Wales, Australia. And I interviewed him. And so then the pandemic hit, and I decided I would start Pint Time with Backpacker Mike. So basically, Pint Time is a live show that is sort of centered around travel, and it's a virtual happy hour. So I try really cool craft beers, local craft beers for you guys in the United States. I try craft beers and also ciders, and then I score them 1 through 10, 10 being best, 1 being don't even bother buying it. Although I think I've only scored 1 or 2 beers out of 106 episodes, a 1 or a 2. So anyway, I scored the beers, and then I give you guys some cool travel information, some cool history about some country, top 10, etc., like the Airbnbs today. So there's a little bit of a background about it. I have done 2 live shows at a couple breweries. I will probably do some more live shows at breweries in the future. And I also have some guests on occasionally when I can get guests to come on. So I've had a few guests like my backpacker bro Yoshi, who's on here now from Paderborn, Germany. Him and I walked the Camino together back in 2017. Uh, and so yeah, we'll get this show on the road. So let me show you guys the craft beers that I have to try for you guys today. Also, just to throw it out there, I don't see one of my sponsors on Mad Brews yet. I don't know if anybody can. I think I already shared it with Beth or Brian. Yeah, I already did. Okay. All right. So anyway, I have a homebrew sponsor in Mad Brews. They make some amazing homebrewed beers, but they are one of my sponsors. I will be having one of their beers today. So I also do Instagram. I was doing Facebook, and now I no longer do Facebook because of their community standards. So I thought I will show you guys what I tried over on Instagram. So one of them that I tried over on Instagram is by Big Storm Brewing Company in Tampa, I believe. They're here in Florida. This was the Sunny Key Lime. It was 4.2% on the Richter scale. So for those of you guys who are new to the show or watching the replay, I nicknamed the ABV, alcohol by volume, the Richter scale because sometimes the ABV can rock you. So it's the Richter scale. So Big Storm Brewing Company, Sunny Key Lime, and apparently the little honeybee that came in wants to try the Sunny Key Lime. All right, the next craft beer I tried was the Florida Avenue Brewing Company's Passion of the Heights Hibiscus Wheat Ale. This was also like 4.7 on the Richter scale there, if it zooms in. But Florida Avenue Brewing Company. Also, I think you can still do this on YouTube, but I asked that everyone hashtags the brewery or at the brewery. I don't know if you can at the brewery on YouTube or not, but you could probably hashtag them. If you want to send the live to the brewery's Facebook page or Instagram page or whatever, please feel free to go ahead. I scored this Sunny Key Lime an 8. It was very good. It was very bright, refreshing, definitely a beach beer. Another thing, since it's a new platform, I usually categorize beers like a beach beer, a campfire beer, etc. This is definitely a beach beer. It's bright, it's refreshing, has a lot of bitterness towards the back of the palate afterwards, because you got to remember it's key lime. So if you're into that citrusy bitterness like key lime or grapefruit or lemon, you will love this. So I scored it an 8. This one I scored a 9. The hibiscus flavor in it was very good. It wasn't overpowering, which hibiscus is pretty subtle anyway. I can't go to that. The hibiscus is very subtle anyway. But this was very good. It was basically a hibiscus tea that was brewed with a wheat ale. So the wheat ale, you're already going to have a slight bit of sweetness. So it worked out perfect. I scored this one a 9. Florida Avenue, very good job on this one. That was awesome. Now, for ones I have to try for you guys on YouTube, and also if you guys are watching the replay or new to the show, I will try all of the beers up front if possible. I only have 2 mugs. So I will try 2 beers up front, and then I will score them, and then we will get into the show. And as I finish a mug, then I will try another beer, and then continue on with the show after I score it. So here we go. I have 3 beers to try for you here on YouTube. YouTube, that is so weird. It's so cool that we are on YouTube. Hey, you can at. That's awesome. I guess if they have a YouTube page, I get a pop-up, you go live. Oh, okay, cool. So that means the 380 something subscribers I have all got a notification I went live. All right, so the first beer that I have to try for you guys, or one of the beers that I have to try for you guys, is by Southern Tier Brewing Company. Southern Tier Brewing Company. Yo, yo, Ed, you made it on. Cool. Southern Tier Brewing Company. Nice Slice. It is a session ale, which is going to be slightly sweet, with natural watermelon flavor. It is a seasonal beer by Southern Tier Brewing Company. I believe this one is also like 4 point something on the Richter scale. Southern Tier Brewing Company is out of Lakewood, New York, and it is 5% on the Richter scale, or ABV, alcohol by volume. All right, the next one that I have for you to try, I already did all those, I think. So I need to go up here. All right, the next one I have for you to try is, or for me to try for you, is by Tampa Bay Brewing Company, or TBBC. Maybe I'll use that. And this is a effervescent golden ale brewed with a locally sourced kumquats. So if you guys don't know what kumquats are, but this is called the quat. It is a seasonal fruit ale. So kumquats are like little tiny sort of oranges, but they are very good. This one was also a 2019 silver medalist in the craft beer festival, or beer festival, right there. 2019 silver medalist. So hopefully this is going to be good. This is going to be a bit citrusy, a bit orangey. So we will see. Also, from my sponsors at Mad Brews, which I still don't see them on. I don't think they're on yet. I sent them the thing, but I don't think it tags them. Oh, okay, Kathy, but it still allows you to do it. Oh, pink beer. That's beer for Yoshi. Pink beer? You mean watermelon beer? All right, so from my sponsors at Mad Brews, I will be trying the You Don't Know Jack Shandy. You Don't Know Jack Shandy, with, of course, one of the best presidents in U.S. history, JFK, on the front. Beth from Mad Brews does some amazing labels. I always enjoy her labels. This one comes in at a 3.2 on the Richter scale. So it's like way back in the day when you had the 3.2 beer to try. So, as tradition goes on Pint Time with Backpacker Mike, you guys get to pick the very first beer that I try in the listing. So, you guys have to pick the first beer that I try. I am not sure what the delay is on YouTube yet. I think I saw 60 seconds. So like 1 minute delay, which is kind of crazy. The score system will call the beach beer, campfire beer, etc. is awesome. Mike is a genius. Thank you, Yoshi. Thank you. So yeah, campfire beer, beach beer. I'll have to come up with another category of beers. But yeah, hiking beer. Camino beer. We could do Camino beer. Like if you're walking the Camino, this would be a Camino beer. Right, Yoshi? Yoshi and I walked the Camino de Santiago together, so if you guys are watching this replay, I have walked the Camino de Santiago twice, and I met Yoshi, my friend from Germany, on there. So you guys have a delay. It's 20 seconds, 60 seconds. I'm not quite sure, but you guys pick which beer I try first. They have to view it within their account to use chat. The link lets you view it when you're not signed in and doesn't allow to chat. Okay, so for the YouTube, so you can view it, but you can't interact unless you sign in through that link to your YouTube. Okay. And that may be, I might have to mess with this a little bit. So the next Pint Time on YouTube. So this Pint Time, I have to go through a series of things before I can even log on live through YouTube. You know, I have to put a title, I have to put everything up front, whereas the other social media platforms, I tend to do that after the live. So I have to put all of this stuff in the beginning. And one of the questions that they ask you is this live for kids? And if not, is it 18 and over? So maybe because I selected 18 and over, it requires you to sign in to participate to verify that you are over 18. Possibly. It's a matter if the viewer just being logged into YouTube. Oh, okay. All right. So if you log into YouTube and then go to my channel or go to your notifications, you will see that I was live apparently. So what Ed's talking about is I sent him a link through his Facebook Messenger so that he knew that I was on live, and so he probably clicked on that link I sent him. And so if you click on that link, then you'll have to sign into your YouTube in order to view and interact. So that's probably what it is, right, Ed? All right, so I don't think I saw anybody pick a beer yet. Somebody pick a beer for me to try first. That would be amazing. All right, so is it going to be Nice Slice by Southern Tier? Is it going to be the Quat by Tampa Bay Brewing Company? Or is it going to be Mad Brews You Don't Know Shandy? You guys let me know. Five people on. We've been on for like 20 minutes already. So yeah, share the I thought I heard somebody. Please share the YouTube video, and then if you share it through like Messenger or whatever, then as Ed said, make sure that you leave in the description there when you send it to your friends that they have to log into YouTube when clicking the link or something like that. Sort of give them a heads up. It may not even show me how many people are viewing right now that aren't able to interact, because I've only got like 5 people up there, but there could be another 10 people watching but not signed in to interact. So it would be cool if people could interact, but if not, and you want to watch from the sidelines, that's okay, go ahead. But we will go from there. I have a kumquat tree. It's like 20 years old. There you go. Oh, awesome, Kathy. I didn't know you had a kumquat tree. Yeah. I love the fruit. Kumquats and Japanese plums are very nice too. I love Japanese plums. They look a bit like kumquat, but they have a skin like a peach. But they are really good, really good. Kim, hey, thanks, Kim. You responded with quat. So I will do the quat beer first. I thought I saw in here where Yoshi said, oh yeah, we have a kumquat trees in Namibia. Oh, cool, Yoshi. Ooh, kumquat jam. That would be very good. I would think. Kumquat jam. It's a bit orangey. It's a bit like I don't know. It's a bit like kind of like mandarin oranges, maybe, but a little bit different flavor. Oh hell. All right, so the quat it is. So I will do the quat first, and I don't know. Mad Brews isn't on yet, so I'm going to save Mad Brews for last. So I will do the quat and the Nice Slice. I will try the quat first. All right, let's give it a shot. And then we're going to get in the show. So if you're watching the replay again and you're not like into the beer thing, then go ahead and just slide past the beer stuff and check out the show. Hey folks, Hike with Mike. Hey, Hike with Mike. I remember you, Hike with Mike. We used to communicate back and forth off and on. How's it going, man? Good to see you on. I have not, but I will be looking in. Oh yeah, you got it, Kathy. If you got a kumquat tree, you got to eat the kumquats, man. Hi from Florida. Yeah, Mike, that's right. I forgot you're from Florida. You're like up from around Orlando, I believe it is. Yeah, and we talked about like getting together. We got to get together, man. That's been a while ago. Sorry, man. A lot of time's passed since then. A lot of water under the bridge since then. But thanks for popping on, man. You'll have to get in touch with me through like Facebook or something, and we'll have to catch up and do a hike and shoot a backpacker Mike video or something. That would be super cool. All right, so the Quat by Tampa Bay Brewing Company. Let's give it a whirl. I just gave it a sip just a minute ago, but so the nose out of the can isn't really much, to be honest. But let's see what it tastes like, even though I already did taste. Cheers! Prost! Slaja and Skål for my Nordic friends, if and when they ever pop on. That's very good. That is very good. It has very good kumquat flavor. It definitely gives you that sort of, I stuck a couple quats in my mouth kind of thing and chewed them up. So it has a ever so slight It has an ever so slight bitterness to it on the back of the palate, like towards the end. But it's very good. If you like kumquats, or if you've tried kumquats before and you like them, you will probably like this. Now, if you're not really like into beer, this is a bit beery. You sort of get that beery sort of ale taste with a relatively good flavor of kumquat across the palate. So very good job by Tampa Bay Brewing Company. Oh yeah, Mike. Swamphead Brewery in Gainesville is really awesome. Let me make sure I eat there. Just the jam. Oh, the jam. Okay, gotcha. I already say the pink beer, brother. The pink beer. But I didn't do pink beer. Oh, you mean this beer, Yoshi? I already did this one on Instagram. Hibiscus. Passion Heights Hibiscus. That was really good. It was a wheat ale brewed with hibiscus tea. Pretty cool. All right, let's do the pour real quick for you guys, and then we will try the next one and then get into the show. So for those of you guys who are obviously new to the show, because this is a new platform, I like to hard pour a lot of beers, and I have a reason for that. There are a couple of reasons for that I've talked about many times on Facebook and Instagram. But basically on the hard pour, what you do is you bring out a lot more nose and lots of times palate flavor to the beer when you do a hard pour. As long as it's not a bottle conditioned pour, you're okay. If it's a bottle conditioned pour, then you should pour it at the 45 or whatever, the 90. So anyway, I do the hard pours not only for the flavor and the nose of it, but also say you go to say you're at a bar and you're getting beer and wings, and they pour your beer at a 45 or 90, whatever, and you don't get that beer head on there. And then you eat your wings. Well, when your wings hit your stomach, this is going to be in your stomach. And if you've ever gone and got wings and beer and you just feel bloated and blah, that's because all this foam from what you just ate is foaming up in your stomach. Whereas if you do the hard pour, you eliminate a lot of that foam. You bring more nose and flavor to the palate, and also it eliminates a lot of that bloating from drinking beer and eating at the same time. So there you have it. That's why I always do a hard pour. You ever try Puerto Rican Quanapas? I have not. Oh, hey, I'm on TV. I'm on Kim's TV. Yeah, that's cool. That's one thing you can do with YouTube. Watch it on TV. Yeah, see, on the hard pour, the The nose is a lot stronger for the kumquat. The nose is stronger for the kumquat on the hard pour. However, the flavor of the kumquat dissipates ever so, or goes lower ever so lightly, rather than out of the can. But I kind of like it out of the mug, so I'm just gonna pour it on the mug here. If it doesn't overflow, no. All right, we'll go on and try the next one. Then we're going to get on to the show. The top 10 cheapest Airbnbs that you can stay at while traveling the world. And there are some pretty cool Airbnbs in here, that is for sure. All right, let's give this one a whirl. Make sure it tastes like a plum. Buckets for sale. Oh, wow. I'm not familiar with them, but I may know them under a different name, too. All right, let's get, man, as soon as I crack this open, I can smell, yeah, that's watermelon all day. Southern Tier, nice slice. Watermelon ale, or it's a session ale, so it's going to be slightly sweeter. Hey, Jerry, what's up? Good to see you on YouTube, brother. Yeah, this... right now, guys, all I'm getting is watermelon. Like, that's all I smell is watermelon. It's literally like I just cut into a big watermelon right in front of me. That's insane. Like, watermelon now and laters. So, yeah, watermelon is very... I'm going to clean my palate real quick before I try this one, because two drastic flavors. All right. Wow, that's different. Not quite what I expected on the flavor. Yeah, Yoshi was very good. Not quite what I expected on the flavor. The nose is very powerful. So they definitely have a plus. You know what? I didn't score this one yet, did I? I have to score these. So, again, I talked about the scoring. I score all the craft beers 1 through 10. 10 being absolute best, run out and get it now. 1 being probably not so much. And as I said earlier, I've probably only given out like 2 1s or 2s in 106 episodes of Pint Time. Which that's so crazy to say, 106 episodes already. Excuse me. But generally, if anything is like above a 5, should probably try it if it's within your taste parameters. Anything below 5, it's kind of like at your own risk sort of thing. But I really enjoyed the quat. It could have been a little bit different. It wasn't like mind-blowing, but it was still very good by Tampa Bay Brewing Company. So I'm going to give them an 8. I'm going to give it an 8. The quat. It had the kumquat sort of flavor in it, but it wasn't quite as pronounced as I thought it would be since it's quat. So also, part of the way that I score these beers is whatever it presents on the label should be in the can or the bottle, because that's why we buy it as consumers. We see this label that says quat, huge, and so we're like, oh, I've had kumquats. That's what I did. I looked at this and was like, oh, kumquats. Man, I haven't had kumquats in forever. I love kumquats. Let me try this beer. So when I get this beer, I assume that it's going to taste like kumquat. So if the flavor is well pronounced, then very good. If it's then it starts to drop. If it doesn't taste like this at all, then the score drops significantly. So anyway, with this Southern Tier Nice Slice, the best way that I can describe it is it's not the nice, meaty, red, juicy, sweet watermelon in the center of the melon. This flavor in this is more towards the white part of the melon, if you know what I'm talking about. Slightly sweet and watermelony flavor, but slightly bitter and that sort of close to the rind flavor. If you guys eat watermelon, you know what I'm talking about. You're eating that chunk of watermelon and you get down into that white part. That's what this is. It's a bit like the white part. So, not quite as good as I thought it was going to be, but it's still not bad. Well, let's give it a pour real quick. Do the hard pour, maybe something else will come of it. As you can see, you get a big beer head on there. This is in my Mad Brews left-hand tap puller mug. Yeah, see on the nose, I do get the watermelon, but it's like it's not like a sliced watermelon and you're smelling like the inside of the watermelon. It's more like you scratch the stem part on the watermelon and you sniff it. That's about what this nose smells like. So the hard pour tames down the flavors a lot more. So I think I'll just keep the rest of it in the can. The hard pour is, it's all right. It tames down the flavors a heck of a lot more. But it still works out. Not what I expected. You do get sort of the watermelon flavor, but it's not that sweet, juicy watermelon flavor that I was expecting. It's more like, as I said, like the white of the rind sort of flavor. So I'm going to give this one a 7. And it also falls into the beach beer category. It's light and refreshing. It's in a session ale, so I honestly feel like if they would have done this watermelon in, say, a wheat ale rather than a session, it might have come off a little bit differently, because session ales can be pretty in depth on the palate on their own, and so when you add like, say, watermelon to it, it could kind of mess with the watermelon flavor, I feel. But either way, I'm going to go a 7. I'll go a 7 on the Nice Slice by Southern Tier. 7 still something that you want to try, for sure. Especially if you're into those sort of flavors with your palate. But yeah, it's not a bad beer. That one goes with that one. Gotta make sure I do all the right ones. All right, so let's get into the meat of the show. There's the beer. If anybody has any questions about the beers or anything, or the craft beers or breweries or whatever, please leave a comment below. Also, when I finish one of these mugs, then I will go in and try my beer sponsor, Mad Brews. I will try their... I also noticed that YouTube is like way more zoomed in than the other platforms. I just noticed with my background here. All right, let's get into the meat of the show. So, episode 106 of Pint Time with Backpacker Mike. It is the top 10 inexpensive Airbnbs around the world that you could stay in. And some of these are really amazing. Like, a lot of these I really want to stay in. So, again, if you're watching the replay, please stick around, use the scroll bar there, and just kind of slide through and listen to different pieces or whatever, or you can watch the entire thing. But anyway, let's start off with, I got to make sure I'm not missing any comments. All right. It's so weird because they just like sort of disappeared. All right, number 10 on the list, and this isn't like best to worst or anything like that. It's just a list of 10. So I'm starting with 10. It is the Luxury Villa Virginia, and it is in Hikadawa, Sri Lanka. Yoshi, my backpacker bro, has ties to Sri Lanka. He is part Sri Lankan and part German. So this one's for you, Yoshi. Actually, since this kumquat one has sat and sort of chilled out for a little bit, the kumquat flavor is more presented. Hello, welcome home. Dad just got home. Oh, and also, for those of you guys who are new to the show, I do my show outside. I enjoy the outdoors and I enjoy being outside. So I do it outside, underneath the overhang here. Beautiful day out. It's really windy, so if you see it rocking back and forth a little bit. But I really enjoy being outside, so I actually do it outside, underneath an overhang. So you may hear occasional noises or whatever, and that's fine. But it's live, so whatever. I'm a bit different. I don't really know any other live shows that really do them like outside live all the time. Everybody's got a nice little bedroom studio and all that stuff. Anyway, all right, luxury villa Virginia in Hikadawa, Sri Lanka. This Airbnb will only set you back about $22, and that's it. $22. $22 in a place that sleeps about 6 people. So if you get 6 people to stay with you, then you could stay a week for about $6+ a day per person. This area is most known for its beaches, surfing, snorkeling, and more. It also offers amenities and even Wi-Fi. Lots of different amenities. This area in Sri Lanka, you can go hiking, you can go on the beach, obviously. There's a ton of water sports to do, paddle boarding, kite surfing, probably, everything else. And it's a luxury villa for $22. Oh, he's already inside, but Dad came in. Cousin Sharon said hello. Well, niece Sharon. Anyway, yeah, Sri Lanka is definitely a place that is inexpensive to travel on the U.S. dollar. It's one place that I want to go with my backpacker bro Yoshi, so he can show me around. We walked the community together. We talked a lot about Sri Lanka and various other things. But yeah, definitely Sri Lanka. $22 a night. Can't beat it. And it sleeps 6 people. All you gotta do is get the plane ticket to get there. Oh, Jordan, what's up? I'm assuming that's Jordan. Jank. Jordan, is it after 5 already? It is, isn't it? Yay, Jordan's off work. All right, number 9 on the list is the Bamboo Eco Cottage in rice fields in Indonesia. Like, how great is that? Awesome, Jordan. Glad you're off work. How cool is that to stay in an eco-friendly cottage in the rice fields in Indonesia? How cool. Anyway, imagine staying among the rice fields in Indonesia. Just 5 minutes walk to the central city of Abud, which is A-B-U-D, I believe, Abud. It offers an open-air basket weave room, and the cottage is mostly made of bamboo. So literally your rooms are open air. You just have like the base frame that is made out of bamboo. And then they have like mosquito nets that hang over the open areas of the sort of room that you're staying in. So, you know, obviously to prevent mosquitoes and bugs and stuff from coming in and bothering you while you're sleeping. Also, there is a very nice common area where you can meet other guests and dine and swim. So there are a few cottages on the property, all made out of bamboo. Then there's a central common area outdoors, I believe, in looking at the pictures through Airbnb. So this is another thing that I will say. I hit several different links to come up with this group of 10 Airbnbs. Unfortunately, I couldn't find one article that had cool ones all listed that were active still. So I did save two of the links for these Airbnbs that actually had a hyperlink in it that will take you to Airbnb to see the place and maybe stay there. So what I will do is I will take those two article links and I will put them probably in the comments below and pin them to the top. So that way you guys can click on that link, go straight to some of these Airbnbs that I mentioned. And on there, it'll have a hyperlink to go to Airbnb website with that specific Airbnb so that you can kind of look it out and look at it and check dates and things like that. Sri Lanka, very cool. Yeah, you have to check it out, Yoshi. Yeah, that kumquat flavor comes far stronger as the beer gets closer and closer to room temperature. So if it's ice cold, you don't really get it that much. But now that flavor's really coming through. Number 9 on the list. Oh, I already talked about that. Bamboo in the rice fields. Number 8 on the list. We'll get back to that. How cool is this? It is a restored 1940s train in Pennsylvania in the U.S. Pennsylvania. In Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, actually, which is not far from Penn State University in Pennsylvania. You can enjoy this unique caboose with 2 twin beds and a small dinette, and it still feels like a train. So yes, you can actually stay in an old caboose in a train in Pennsylvania. So how cool. I mean, Pennsylvania Railroad, you know, the whole history of the Pennsylvania Railroad and all that type of stuff. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, number 9, the Bamboo Eco, roughly about $30 to $60. It'll set you back $30 to $60 US. So if you're on the euro or the pound, it's going to be less than that for you guys. But US dollars, roughly $30 to $60 for the Eco Bamboo Cottage, which is still an amazing price. For the caboose, the train in Pennsylvania, it'll set you back about $74. Now, obviously, these prices will fluctuate slightly depending on the dates that you pick and so forth. So I'm just giving you sort of a general cost for the Airbnbs. You'll just have to search them out and find out how much it will cost for the days, weeks, or whatever that you pick. In this caboose, you can enjoy Wi-Fi and Netflix. Also, the old train station isn't far away. I believe it is a museum now. Also, very close to the caboose, there is a kiosk that explains the history of the caboose and the train station and so forth. So, pretty cool. And it'll set you back, as I said, roughly about $74. And I had a bug in my beer. One of the many challenges of doing this outside. All right, so I don't know how many of you guys want to stay in a train, but I think it would be pretty cool. I know Kathy she loves old trains, so I know she would love to stay in that train. But it would be very cool. And Pennsylvania isn't that far of a drive from where I am now in Central Florida. It's about 16, 18 hours, give or take, depending on where it is in Pennsylvania. So, not bad at all. Number 7 on the list. This one's pretty cool. So, did I say bug? Yeah, there was a bug. I kept drinking and I saw something in there and I thought maybe it was just a shadow, but then I saw it was a bug. I think it was like a mosquito, maybe even. I don't know. So I could be drinking malaria beer now, or a Zika beer. Zika beer. That's got a kind of catchy ring to it. Zika beer. All right. So number 7 is this one is really cool. So if you're like if you're into Star Wars, if you enjoy Star Wars and like the original Star Wars, yeah, Kim, for sure, it would be really cool to stay there. It's not that far of a drive, so. If you're into Star Wars and all that stuff, this is the place for you because this next home is off the grid Adobe home near Big Bend National Park. It's in Terralinga or something, Terralinga, Texas. But it's very near Big Bend National Park. I think in the Airbnb link that I looked on, where they had information on the Airbnb. I want to say it said it was about a 10 or 15 minute drive to Big Bend National Park. I think is what it said. So, but this house, so if you guys are into Star Wars, the very first Star Wars, I know way back in like 1977, where Luke Skywalker lived with his uncle, I believe it was, and his aunt. That sort of clay, sort of dome-looking house that he lived in on Tatooine is what this place looks like. And they even have an R2-D2 statue outside of it, which is pretty crazy. But this is located, as I said, in Terralinga, Texas, or whatever. It is called Terluna, is the name of the Airbnb, I believe. And it is a home that was featured on HGTV here in the United States called Mighty Tiny Houses. Their series called Mighty Tiny Houses. So you could stay in an Airbnb that was featured on HGTV here in the United States. Get your Star Wars on this. Get your Star Wars fix on this Adobe that will make you feel like you're staying on Tatooine, because it's sort of like out in the middle of nowhere and it's almost like a desert sort of looking atmosphere. So that even feels more like you're on Tatooine. Offering Wi-Fi and most common amenities. You will need a car, however, because it's about 30 minutes from town. So you will definitely need to get a car or Uber or something like that. Oh, you saw that show, Saren? Cool. I feel like I've seen that show too once before. I love tiny houses, man. I'm a bit of a minimalist now. Like I don't, I lived out of my backpack for years. So for me, I don't really need much. So tiny homes are super cool to me. Or a travel van, or a small RV. Like I don't need one of those big bus RVs, but like a little travel van or a small little RV would be really cool. All right, let's move on to number 6. Oh wait, I don't think I set a price. So the Star Wars Adobe, or the Terluna Adobe Airbnb will set you back about $98 a night. So about $98 a night, but I believe it fits like 4 to 6 people, believe it or not. So if you went in with 4 to 6 people, then obviously the cost per person will go down. This place sounds super cool, and this is some place that I would really enjoy staying and checking out. And that is a chic apartment with private terrace in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. So the Dominican Republic is literally like not far from the southern coast of Florida down there. This Airbnb will set you back only about $33 a night. The tiny houses are awesome. Yeah, they are, Kathy, for sure. Yeah, sharing tiny houses. So this one is really cool. I really like this one when I looked it up online. How big of a Star Wars fan are you? Oh, I really enjoy Star Wars. I wouldn't say that I'm like the guy that knows every single character's background and story and this, that, or the other. I wouldn't say like I'm a Star Wars fanatic, but I will say, my boss, man, name, one first 20 year. I will say, however, I was a kid, a small kid, nevertheless, but I was still a kid, under 10, when the original Star Wars came out in 1977. And as a kid, that Star Wars was above and beyond any other sort of galactic or space movie that had ever come out until that point. George Lucas and his Light and Magic studio absolutely went above and beyond for that time period to create what they did. I mean, just absolutely stunning work for the period. So I would say that I appreciate, it's part of my childhood. I would say I appreciate Star Wars. I'm into Star Wars. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily that guy like knows every person, like I said, you know, every person's thing, or every single character, or all the guys in the, you know, in the bar, you know, the galactic bar or whatever, and playing the flute. Like, I wouldn't say I'm at that level, but I really do appreciate Star Wars, and especially George Lucas, and all the work that him and his Light Magic team put together to create those episodes. Star Wars, the original, was probably one of my favorites, followed up by possibly like Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Episode 1 and those ones were okay, like I get it, they were prequels and all that stuff. But yeah, I would say I enjoy Star Wars, but I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a fanatic. You waited a long... Oh, Sharon, yeah, it was very long. I went and saw Star Wars when I was like 7, maybe 8. And I went with my stepbrother, Greg, and we waited. Yeah, there was a big line like in the mall at the movie theater, and there was a line like out of the movie theater all the way down. Yeah, it was pretty nuts. And you can even look up online, you know, on Google or Facebook or whatever, and search like lines for Star Wars, the first Star Wars or whatever, and you'll see, you know, that 1979 sort of dress code in lines of like, you know, 100. It was insane. One of the greatest movies of all time. Anyway, so yeah, you can feel like you're staying on Tatooine with Luke Skywalker and R2-D2 and all of them. Anyway, this chic apartment in Dominican Republic, it was very nice. I really enjoyed it when I was researching it, and when I looked it up online and I saw the pictures and I went to the Airbnb site. $33 a night. This is truly just a show up and enjoy Airbnb. Like, they literally have everything there. You know, from shampoo to Wi-Fi. The private terrace is a beautiful little zen place. The private terrace is very nice. It's in the pictures on the link for Airbnb. It's just a very nice sort of zen place. Like, you could go out there and maybe have a drink or meditate and sort of take in the sort of ambiance of the area. Best way to get around is by Uber or taxi. I highly recommend Uber over taxi because Uber is a set price. When you book Uber, then you book Uber, and that is it. That is the price. Whereas if you take a taxi, there could be some funny business going on. So I highly recommend Uber. If anywhere around the world offers Uber, I highly recommend taking Uber. It is located not far from the Mirador Sur Park, where you can go hiking and various other things. And this place has even hosted U.S. ambassadors and high-profile businessmen. Probably like, I don't know, Gates or something. So how cool would it be to stay in this sort of chic luxury apartment? And the apartment was pretty cool in the Dominican Republic that has hosted American ambassadors. That's pretty cool. Number 5 on the list. All right, now I got to rinse this off. That's the first time I almost went through a whole bottle of water on the rinse out. Hey, we got 6 people on. Wait, I seen it in Tampa. Oh, you saw it in Tampa. That's cool. I saw it in Fort Lauderdale. I saw it in Fort Lauderdale at Lauderdale Lakes Mall, which I don't believe is there anymore. I went to the arcade first and spent probably $6 on arcade games, and then went next door to the movie theater and watched Star Wars. All right, number 5. Now, this is in an island that I did not know existed, actually. I had never heard of this island before, and so I thought, what a great option to share. So, this is called the Spirit of the Valley Bottle and Conch House. It is located in Vermont, Charlotte, St. Vincent, Grenadines. Vermont, Charlotte, St. Vincent, Grenadines. That is the name of the island. It is just south of St. Lucia. So if you're familiar with St. Lucia, which I feel like most of us probably are familiar with St. Lucia. So anyway, yeah, St. Lucia is where this is. Where'd you go? Just south of St. Lucia. Where the heck did you go? Oh, the Ball and Conch House. It's near the edge of a rainforest, actually. And the rainforest is full of sloths and monkeys. That's pretty nuts. I love sloths. I think I would love to have like a pet sloth. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but a pet sloth would be pretty cool. Not the crab. Spilling shoes everywhere. Trying to get this next beer out. This next Mad Brews beer. All right, so this one is in the Caribbean, and it's near the edge of a rainforest, and you can hike trails, visit waterfalls. The host also provides market runs to go to the local market and get food to cook at the Airbnb, and also runs to do a snorkel trip where they drop you off to snorkel and then they'll come back and pick you up. All of this is sort of complimentary if you decide to stay there. Goodness gracious. Yes. All right, let's give this one a whirl. This is from, I was hoping that Mad Brews would be on YouTube, and I thought they were all excited about it, because last week they were like, oh, do YouTube second and make YouTube the long show. And so I did, and they aren't even on, I don't think. And if they are on, did not see them. Anyway. Alright, let's give I Don't Know Jack Shandy by JFK. I don't recall exactly what the shandy was, but I assume it's lemon by the nose. This one's by Mad Brews. It's one of my sponsors. Mad Brews. It's 3.2 on the Richter scale. If you guys, excuse me, if you guys missed that part. All right, let's give it a try. They filled it up nice and tall for me too. There, you see it? It's like right there. If this was a Jordan, you and I just talked about this. If this was a large brewery beer, like this, let's just say Budweiser, Miller, Coors Light, this beer wouldn't be here, it would be here. Jordan and I just talked about that not long ago. But Mad Brews hooks me up. It's like filled, you can see it, it's filled all the way up to the neck. Alright, let's go. That is really foaming up my mouth right now. So I assume that it could be a blown bottle. Which doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get sick. It just means that the flavor profile of it is a bit jacked. And it says, you don't know Jack. Well, I know it's jacked. So if I hard pour this, this is probably going to go all over the place. Yeah, it just literally foams up instantly while it's in my mouth. And that's all I get. The flavor of it is pretty good. It's lemony. Watch, I'll do a little bit of a hard pour and watch how much it foams. Look at that. And see those big, huge bubbles, and they're not tight little bubbles. There's what the beer looks like. It's a bit like a lemon shandy, but you can see the spacing on these bubbles. Generally, when you get a spacing on beer bubbles like that, it could be blown beer. Basically, it just means that the yeast went on overdrive and yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's a lemon shandy is what it tastes like. I'm gonna pour this at a, see, even when I pour it at a 45, it just blows up. But when I do that, then the foam goes down. It's unfortunate that apparently it's blowing. So I'm not sure if I'm going to score this one or not, just because if I run into an issue where a beer it might be compromised, then it's not fair to like score it. So I don't think I'm going to score the Mad Brews one. I do score Mad Brews, my sponsor. They have got upset with me once when I scored one of their beers. Sort of bad. But overall, I mean, 99.9% of the time, their beers are amazing. So yeah, I'm not going to score You Don't Know Jack Shandy, but I will say that the overall flavor profile is very good, and it's a lemon shandy, I would assume, because I'm getting some lemon flavor from it. It's a bit of a sweet lemon, like a Meyer lemon. If you guys have ever had a Meyer lemon, Meyer lemons are more sweet than, say, a regular lemon. But yeah, it's not too horrible. Ah. All right. Anybody out there? Says we got 6. Go to channel. Huh, that's weird. So if I click on put user in timeout, hide user on this channel. Huh. I'm just curious. Let me see. Go to channel, report. Oh, okay. So, like I said, I'm still learning the YouTube thing. But apparently, if I click on one of your names, like say I'll click on like Hike to Mike. So it asks me if I want to go to his channel, if I want to report him, remove him, put user in timeout. I can put you guys in timeout. Hide user on this channel or add as moderator. So I can add someone as a moderator. And I'm wondering like what happens when I add someone as a moderator. All right, Kim. I'm gonna add Kim, are you there? Hello? Kim? Add as moderator. All right, Kim, I don't know if you're there or not. Let's see, where's Kathy? Kathy, add as moderator. All right, so I added Kim and Kathy as moderators, but I am not sure what that allow you guys to do. So if you can let me know what it allows you to do as moderator, maybe it might allow you to respond to questions. I don't know. Or do some other stuff. So you will have to let me know. Whoa, man, that like, woo. Yeah, I think the Mad Brews beer is blowed up. As you can see. Mad Brews isn't on YouTube, man. That makes me aggravated. Anyway, all right. Let's see. Where are we at? Number 4. We already talked about the Spirit of the Valley bottle. They will pick you up at the airport for $40. Usually a pretty good deal. Beautiful little studio apartment in San Juan, Puerto Rico, in one of the first developed neighborhoods in San Juan since 1930. The Airbnb, this Airbnb is close to everything in the San Juan city center. It's about a 10 or 15 minute Uber ride, so make sure that you take the Uber. They offer Wi-Fi and many other amenities. Includes a kitchenette to make meals from local markets, where they take you to the markets for free. And it also is perfect for the budget backpacker looking to explore San Juan, Puerto Rico. San Juan. I am here. Didn't see anything different. Oh, well, now, Kathy, your name is like a hyperlink. So if I click on that, then it says remove as moderator. So it doesn't give you any other options to do anything because it had me add you guys as a moderator. So I don't know. But anyway, I tried to get a fair amount of Airbnbs from like around the world, sort of encompassing. So I had to throw Puerto Rico in there. Puerto Rico is a beautiful country. It's one of the countries that I would love to visit eventually. and it's part of the United States, technically. I mean, it's not a state per se, although they've had, I believe, 2 votes to become a state. The second time it was voted on, it failed marginally, like by a dozen votes. I mean, it was super close. So I don't know. Maybe one day Puerto Rico will become the 51st state of the United States, but we shall see. Yes, I can put someone in timeout. That's the new thing. That's the new thing that you can do now is put someone in timeout. That's funny. All right, so you guys moderate. You guys moderate the live for me, and a few other things. Delete messages. Oh, okay. Cool. Kim must be out doing something with the kids. Anyway, all right, San Juan, Puerto Rico, definitely a place I want to visit. And then you can go to the what's the famous Puerto Rican rum? The famous Puerto Rican rum. Juan, not Don Juan. Don Juan, I think it's tequila. Oh my God, now I can't remember the famous Puerto Rican rum. What's the famous Puerto Rican rum? What the crap? Anyway, Don Jose? No, Don Jose is tequila too, I believe. All right, number 3 on the list. Number 3 on the list is, it's called Hale Douglas or Heel Douglas, Hele Douglas. Experience the charm of tiny house living, and experience the tiny house living. Oh wait, I almost forgot. The beautiful little studio apartment in San Juan, Puerto Rico will set you back about $71 US. About $71 US. It can be a bit pricey, but all of these Airbnbs, for the most part, are all under $100. There's one that's not, but I'll tell you why once I get there. But yeah, it's about $71, which isn't horrible. And you're in San Juan, Puerto Rico. You could probably find a hostel or whatever for cheaper. As I mentioned over on Instagram earlier, this is sort of the way that I booked where I was going to stay. I would go hostel first, and I would find out 3 or 4 different hostel prices in the city that I was going to. Then when I got those hostel prices written down or noted, then I would go to Airbnb and see what the difference is between a hostel and an Airbnb. Is it €3, €4, €5, $5 $6 whatever. Then I would go to the hotels and I would find out how much the hotels were above and beyond the hostels or the Airbnbs. Then, if they were all within, say, $10 of each other, €10 of each other, £10 of each other, whatever, then it would come down to, say, the amenities. If one offered breakfast and the other one didn't, and this one was $3 cheaper and they offered breakfast, or €5 more but they offered breakfast, so I didn't have to buy breakfast, then I would sort of stray towards the Airbnb or the hostel or the hotel that offered breakfast. because that's a meal that I saved out on. So if they're all within relatively the same price, then at that point it comes down to personal preference. What sort of privacy you want, you know. And when you look at a hostel, don't only look at the dorm rooms, but also look at the private rooms, because you could very well get a private room in a hostel for like 25 euro and go to an Airbnb for 35 or 40 euro, and maybe get a little bit more amenities or a little bit closer to where you want to be in the hostel as opposed to the Airbnb, and you still have your privacy. So it all sort of depends on where you want to go with that. But yeah, San Juan, Puerto Rico would be cool. The Hale Douglas experience and the charm of tiny house living, and it's situated in Sunshine Beach in Queensland, Australia. And it will set you back about 83 bucks. About 83 bucks US. So, not horrible. Not horrible, but it is a very cool place to stay. The pictures that I looked at on the Airbnb site were pretty cool, and as I said, it will set you back about 83 bucks. This tiny home is a tiny home that is decorated in retro Hawaiian theme. In a retro Hawaiian theme. And it is also mostly built with repurposed and reclaimed materials. So, how cool is that? I got you. It's working pretty well. Oh, well, good, Kathy. I appreciate it. We got 7 people on, and up here it gives me a total. So I've been on for a total of 1 hour and 21 minutes. Which is almost right to my timer. And thanks for those of you who like the live. I've got 2 likes on the live. So if you guys want to like the live, I'm sure that will like up the algorithms of the live. So all 7 of you on here, if you could just like the live, that would be awesome. See if it bumps up to 7. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of enjoying YouTube. Are you guys enjoying YouTube? The only thing that I don't really like is that I can't see the comments. Now, when you guys comment, it does pop up on the screen for like literally 8 seconds. And then it disappears, so then I gotta go up here and swipe up to see. But I think overall, YouTube Pint Time is working out pretty good. I mean, the screen is a bit more zoomed in than normal, so you don't get to see like quite as much. But overall, I think it's not too bad. I noticed it allows you to rewind during the live feed. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Jordan. Jerry with the emoji. I feel like they may be the setting can change. Yeah, I know. That's why I was thinking too, Jordan. But there's like when I click on the 3 dots at the bottom, it just says save, highlight, share, and mute microphone. Then there's like another thing for like filters. So we've got filters here, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can see the filter changing on the screen, but I can do it in black and white too. I can put bubbles on there. This is kind of crazy. I can do it this way, or this way, or this way. Anyway, we're just going to go back to normal. Actually, this one's not too bad. Let's see. There's that. Oh, are you sure you want to cancel? May have to do it outside of the live stream. Team settings. Okay, yeah. Because I know, like, I know, like when I am physically watching. Oh, pop. Why does that do? When I go to pick like a setting, then it just stays there. Oh, it's weird. Anyway, so I'm just kind of learning this as we go. But yeah, maybe so. I know that when I'm watching a live video or live feed on YouTube, generally the comments show up like on the right side of the screen, and then I can just kind of slide them off the screen, which is what you guys should be able to do. But on my side, it's different than that now. Like even when I pick this filter, it doesn't go off, which is weird. I don't know why it does it like that. But anyway, all right, we lost a few people now because I was fooling around. So we will go on to number 2. All right. Number 2 on the list, and this is a place that I would really love to go to. It's for. I'm going to preface this because the price is going to be mind-blowing. But let me preface this by saying that this is an Airbnb that books mostly groups, like large groups, weddings, yoga retreats, and more. This is gonna set you back about $600 a night. But if you get a group of 16 people, which I think is around the average or whatever of what they book. So like yoga retreats, business meetings, or business getaways, large group gatherings, family reunions, even whatever. But this is an exclusive jungle retreat. Excuse me. In Panama, on a bioluminescent lagoon. Ugh. I think that Mad Brew's beer is getting to me now. It's like I'm getting beer burps. But it's a lot better poured in the mug, and all the foam is off of it. Anyway, it's an exclusive jungle retreat on a bioluminescent lagoon. It is called Cocovio, or Cocobio. This beautiful jungle retreat on a lagoon is located on Cristobal Island in Bocas del Toro, Panama, in Cocoviva. It is an eco retreat located on the southern tip of Cristobal, and it offers beautiful rustic cabins near a beautiful coral reef. A jungle off of right off of like where the cabins are lies monkeys and sloths, so you can go see like crazy sloths and monkeys and stuff, right? This filter is damn my eyes. Oh wait, what filter? This filter is worse than this one? Or this one? Ooh, that one's not bad actually. Also, this retreat is, as I said, intended to be booked by large groups and for events like weddings and yoga retreats, etc. That is the sort of type of Yeah, Kathy, that would be super cool. That's sort of the type of people that they book, and that is why it's so expensive because you could fit so many people. So if you go to a place that fits 16 people, they're not gonna book one person. You know what I mean? I mean, they're not gonna book one person for $600 unless you're like Jay Z and Beyonce or something. Um, Probably not gonna do that. They also offer Wi-Fi in the Reef Center. Enjoy all the eco activities like hiking through the jungle with the sloths and monkeys, snorkeling the reef, or swimming at night in the bioluminescent lagoon. Now, when I looked this up on Airbnb, a lot of like the reef sort of place is literally right on the lagoon. Now, the lagoon is salt water, so it's like off of the ocean, so to speak, in Indonesia. But very cool, to say the least. Uh, to stay in a place like that, and especially that's like bioluminescent. So you can go like snorkeling at night in the bioluminescent lagoon. You can do hiking through the jungle. There's a ton of things you can do while staying here. You just unfortunately need a large group of people, or a relatively large group of people, to sort of enjoy this um, to sort of enjoy this Airbnb. I guess my laptop timed out. But it is definitely a place that I would love to go. I mean, where can you go where you can kind of like swim in a bioluminescent lagoon? Uh, you could go out snorkeling a reef. Uh, I mean, there's just so much that you can do at this place. It would be amazing. And it's in Panama, and I have never personally been to Panama, so Panama would be cool. Uh, Unfortunately, I need about 16 of you guys to go with me. So who's in? Who's in to go to the bioluminescent lagoon place in Panama? Flights to Panama can't be that much money. Anybody want to Google flights in Panama? Because apparently I can't. Because my laptop went dark. Oh, there it goes. I can look on my laptop. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, anything? Up until now? Anybody? Where do I add other? Where should I go check flights to Panama? I'm just curious. I don't know. We'll just say, we'll just do Google flights. flight to Panama. Cheapest, this is Expedia. I didn't know Expedia did. Yeah. Cheapest flights to Panama. Leaving from Orlando. MCO. Oh, going to Panama. Panama City. Yeah, we'll do Panama City. Why not? Oh, wait. That says Florida. No, I don't want that. I want... Bear with me here while I try and search. Jerry from Indiana. Oh, wait. Oh, Jerry already looked. Okay. My girlfriend is from there. Grandma lives here with no AC. That's crazy. Doesn't the jungle mean there are snakes? Oh, I don't know, cuz there might be some snakes, but good information, share great show, 776. All right, Jerry, so you looked up the price, 776. I'm trying to find Panama, like Panama City, all airports. All right, we'll do that one. Tokomoon International. Let's just see what I come up with versus what Jerry come up with. And I'm searching Google. I didn't select any dates. Well, I just selected departing April 23rd, apparently. So, Jerry, I got from Orlando to Panama for $418, $516, and I believe this is round trip. $560, $619, $618, $641. It's like the earlier that you get into Panama, the more expensive the ticket is. The most expensive ticket is $2,557, and that leaves at 7:31 a.m. and arrives at 7:50 p.m. That's insane. From Orlando to Panama on American Airlines. The cheapest flight is $418 on Delta from Orlando to Panama. So, Jerry, I got $418. He said I hate snakes. So, it looks like, Jerry, you might have to just fly to Orlando and then fly out there to me, with me. With me? Yeah. Anyway, it would be super cool to stay in this jungle retreat in Panama. Absolutely, 100%, hands down. Number one on the list, and the timer has gone off, and I have been on for 1 hour and 39 minutes to be exact, which is nice because I could see that on YouTube, whereas the other ones, like on Instagram or Facebook, it just says live. It doesn't give me the time, so I don't need a timer when I'm on YouTube. So I'm an hour and 40 minutes on live on YouTube, and I am at number one. So again, if you're watching the replay back, just skim through, find parts that you like and you want to watch, and move on from there. Cava la Chumbera in Granada, Spain. This Airbnb will set you back about $60 US. This is a complete private cave house and is fully equipped with a grill on the terrace with beautiful views, and it is quiet, serene, and sort of zen to sit out there. So, as you guys may or may not know, I love Spain. I've walked the Camino de Santiago in Spain twice. I've spent a ton of time in Spain. I really enjoy Spain. Like, one of my dreams, one of my many dreams, is to own a albergue on the Camino de Santiago. That would be freaking awesome, to be able to own one of those. This Airbnb is set in a cave sort of house community, and there have been humans living in these caves for thousands of years. There's a huge ancient cave community in say Cappadocia, Turkey, where they have all the balloon festivals and everything else. There's a cave community there that has since been labeled a UNESCO site, so they no longer are inhabited by everyday, humans, so to speak, because it is now a UNESCO site. But cave communities were huge back, 10, 12, 15,000 years ago, 20,000 years ago. You got to think, like, caves were like the perfect house. It was a cave that was already built by nature, so you didn't have to dig one. Although they probably expanded them a little by digging, made them larger. But there were a lot of cave communities out there, because you got to think, it protected you from outside environment, from the environment outside. You only had one entrance to defend from enemies, whether it was animals or other, cavemen that wanted to take your stuff, or anything like that. These how do I there we go. Maybe I turned it on again. Anyway, so a cave was an ideal place for prehistoric man to live. Provided them protection from the elements. It provided them one way to defend from animals or other human enemies, and so forth. So imagine staying in an Airbnb that was potentially inhabited by people from 12,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. I mean, that would just be absolutely amazing to do. Absolutely, Kim. Yeah, that would be awesome. Stay aware people since ancient times, as I said, have stayed in the area. Only minutes walk to amenities and the bus stop to get wherever you want to go. Not far from skiing, near the Mediterranean Sea, for the beach, fun and sun, paragliding, mountain biking, horseback riding, trekking, rock climbing, and also not to mention the bars and the restaurants and other things to do. And you're in Spain, you're on the euro. We lose a little bit of money euro, but in this area, from what I looked up, the cost of goods is relatively inexpensive. So you'll be able to go visit all kinds of places and get some nice tapas, which are basically like hors d'oeuvres or whatever, tapas. Generally in España or Spain, If you're in the United States, we say Spain, or maybe the UK says Spain, but everywhere else it's España. But so in España, different regions call appetizers different things. So I believe it's in the east is tapas and in the west is pinchos. They're both the exact same, just different dialect for them. But basically, if you're in Spain and you order a beer, you're getting a tapas or a pinchos along with it. Or the bar will offer upgraded pinchos or tapas for like €1 or maybe €2. And it the top is very good. Like literally, there were a few places that I went and I got a beer and I got a tapas. I ordered food, I got a beer, I ordered food, and then I started getting tapas. Like every time, or pinchos, every time I ordered a drink, and I thought, why did I even order a meal? Like, why did I even order a meal? Because I could just get full off of the tapas. So very cool. All right, what we got? I gotta go. Kim, got my great weekend. Good being on you guys again. Take care. All right, cuz have a good night. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on to YouTube. I appreciate it. Jank says, "Why do we call it Spain again?" Because that's the English way. That's the English way of saying it. Is basically what it boils down to, Jordan. If you were in Spain and went to, say, Google Maps, it would show España. Espagne. España, I think. España. Because that's how they say it in Spain. It's España. But here in America, and probably in the UK, since we were founded by the UK, it probably, that's probably where Spain came from. But more often than not, especially while traveling, you will see España and not Spain. So there you have it. The top 10 Airbnbs, cheapest Airbnbs around the world that you can stay at. Those are the 10 that I picked. I hit several different articles to find those, but as I said before, this live will upload as private initially, so I have to go in and change it from, just so you guys know, I have to go in and change it from private to public. And I will also post the 2 links that I have of most of the Airbnbs that I discovered in those comments. So if you wanted to stay in one of those Airbnbs, you will be able to click on this link and then go to that specific Airbnb through Airbnb.com's website and then book your Airbnb stay. So for those of you in the United States, there are a couple of them. Like you can stay in the old Caboose. You can stay in the Adobe Star Wars house in Texas. The Caboose is in Pennsylvania. And there was another place somewhere in the United States. I forget exactly where. I've looked up like a ton of Airbnbs all over the place. There's actually an Airbnb in Hawaii that is built on a lava field, which is pretty nuts. Like you can literally walk outside of the tiny house Airbnb in the lava field and you can watch lava flow. So I would be afraid, like in the middle of the night, you're like sitting in your little tiny house Airbnb and all of a sudden just get plowed over by a lava flow and never be found again. Just be like, hey, this budget backpacker from the United States or from Florida, because I'd be in Hawaii. From Florida got overrun by, lava flow last night in his Airbnb. But there are a lot of cool places like that around the world. There are a ton, I mean, a ton of Airbnbs out there for you guys to pick from. These are just some that I picked, but there were a ton more. I could literally probably do 30, 40 cheap Airbnbs around the world for you to stay at. So just keep that in mind. That there are a ton of options out there for Airbnb. You just have to be able to look for them, use the filter. Click on the filter, select entire house if you want the entire house by yourself, because there are some Airbnb renters that will rent a private room. And so make sure that you select those different things when you go to Airbnb.com or your Airbnb app. What I usually do is I select entire house, and then I select my dollar point from like 0 to 100, and then I select an Airbnb from there. So hopefully that will work for you guys. So anyway, anybody else have any comments, questions, concerns? Thank you very much, Kathy, for the awesome show. Thanks to my cousin, too, for the awesome show. Thank you, everybody, for popping on. We had 5 people, 5 likes. Yay! Please, when this is uploaded, please share the live with friends and family from the YouTube link. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share Pint Time with Backpacker Mike. Click the little bell on my homepage, that little bell, and then select all, because then it will give you notifications every time I upload a video and every time I go live on YouTube. So let's help grow this YouTube channel. That would be freaking amazing. Once I get up to 1,000 YouTube subscribers, then I will get more options for live on YouTube. So everybody has their parameters and everything, and so we sort of have to start out at the bottom and work our way to the top. So let's see how that goes. Anyway, that's all I got. So if you guys got anything else, please let me know. Leave a comment. I think there's 30 to 60 second delay on YouTube, but we'll see how it goes. So kumquat beer. Yeah. Slowly get everything disconnected here. That's off already. All right, what we got? Great show. Thanks, Ken. Awesome show. Thanks, Kathy. Nice show. Party Saul. Thanks, dude. Oh, okay, cool. Jordan, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You didn't miss very much, actually, so very good. I honestly cannot thank you guys enough for the support for Pint Time Backpacker Mike. I think that for now, minus, thank you, Yoshi. I think for now, minus the occasional quick 1-day trip, 2-day trip, or whatever that I may take in the near future, where I go shoot a travel video for you guys and visit some remote place in Florida. I may do like off the beaten path Florida episodes or something to that extent. Because like everybody outside of the country knows about Miami and Fort Lauderdale and Orlando with Disney World and Tampa. But not many people know about the more sort of rural Florida, so to speak, rural Florida or wild Florida or off the beaten path Florida or things like that. So I think that by doing some of those videos for you guys may be good, so that you guys can see off the beaten path in Florida and some cool, maybe sort of weird cities. Like there's a cool place that has up by Orlando that I want to go shoot a travel video at for you guys. I all of a sudden I forget the name of the town, but it is a town or a village that is dedicated to paranormal people, psychics, witches, white witches, not dark witches, white witches, clairvoyants, and things like that. Like literally the whole town is dedicated around that. The place that you stay is potentially haunted, according to history. It was founded by a specific individual. I can't remember his name, but it was founded by him in like 1918 or 1917 or something like that. There's a lot of sort of folklore that surrounds this town and that haunted hotel and things like that. So that's something that a lot of people especially from outside of the United States or outside of Florida for that matter, don't really know about. So I would like to take some trips like that around Florida and be able to shoot some quality Backpacker Mike videos for you guys and upload them to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc. So look for some of those trips coming in the not so distant future, like my trip to the Bahamas. If you guys haven't checked out that video yet, please go to my videos on my channel here and find the Bahamas video, Nassau video. That was the first time I was ever on a cruise, like a real cruise, and it was a lot of fun. Had a really good time. Got to see my friends in Nassau that I had met previously when I flew there and stayed in their Airbnb. So yeah, definitely look for some of those one tank trips, so to speak, or 1 or 2 day trips to specific areas in and around Florida coming up in the not so distant future. And other than that, going forward, I think that the YouTube live has gone fairly well. I mean, I kind of like the format for the most part, other than I have to constantly tap the screen to see, what someone commented. But other than that, I really enjoy it, and I think YouTube could probably grow. And it's a lot easier to share because you can share the YouTube to any of your platforms that you have on social media. So please go ahead and share this live with anybody and everybody that you want to, and hopefully together we can grow the channel. Now, last thing I want to say is this, and then I'm going to cut it off. I have always talked about potentially having a completely fan-funded travel TV show. And I thought to myself, has anyone really done this before? And I did find one backpacker. Well, I don't know that he's a backpacker. But I did find one guy who is funding his entire travel show on YouTube with his fans. Now this guy, it's called The Greatest. Bye, Elaine. Thank you. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm finishing up. Now I will say that this guy has a literal YouTube travel show, and it is only on YouTube. It is called The Greatest Food Show Ever, or something like that. I will try and share one of his links on, say, my Facebook or something. But I think it's called The Greatest Food Review Show, or something like that. But the guy is pretty cool. He's a bit outlandish with some of the things he does or says, but it's pretty good. He has 9.3 million subscribers, and that's how he's able to do an entire show on YouTube without depending on the major networks or online companies to produce his show. He has a team of like 5 or 6 people that work for him. That is what I would love to get to. I would love to get to a completely crowd-funded show where I could bring my guys in and girls in and do a show for you guys that is strictly on YouTube that you'll be able to watch whenever you want to watch. And that is something that I would absolutely love to do, because I'm a very independent person. As much as I would love to have my own travel show, I don't necessarily have to have it with like Travel Channel or CNN or Fox or NBC, CBS, whatever. If I can completely crowdfund this based off of levels of subscriptions and funding by you guys on, say, Patreon, I would love to do that and bring that to you. And even if I got to that level of, say, 9.2 million subscribers and making that kind of money off of YouTube, I would even be willing to hold contests where a YouTube subscriber who entered the contest could win a live holiday with Backpacker Mike and his team, and you could see how we shoot the live videos, how we stay, how we travel public transportation, and it would be all funded by people who watch the show. And that would be an amazing experience for someone who is a follower or subscriber to the show. So it is possible. That's why I looked it up the other night and I found this guy, and I will try to share some of his links on my Facebook. But that would be absolutely stunning. So let's try and grow the channel. Let's like, follow, subscribe, share, and let's make this happen, because that would be stunningly amazing if we could get up to. I don't expect to get to 9 million overnight, but maybe we could at least get 1,000 and then go from there. Maybe it might be a trickle-down effect. So I appreciate all your guys' support. Thank you very much. Please share the live when it posts. Please share the live. Please invite people to watch Pint Time on YouTube. I think YouTube might just blow up. We will see. So until then, as always, peace, love, and let's continue to experience this beautiful world together. And I will see you guys next week on Pint Time with Backpacker Mike, which, since next Sunday is Easter, and I am celebrating Easter on Saturday, actually, at my dad's girlfriend's, the show may be on Friday. If not, we may skip a week. But I will let you guys know midweek if we will be on Friday. So hopefully we will have a Friday Instagram and YouTube. Until then, thank you guys so much for the support. I really, really, really greatly appreciate it. And again, if you're watching this on replay, just scroll through, find places that you want to watch, give it a like, follow, subscribe, share with your friends. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And as always, peace, love, and let's continue to experience this beautiful world together. It's Backpacker Mike signing out from Pint Time. Backpacker Mike, first ever episode on YouTube. Peace.